Hello and welcome to Tome of Uselessness. I'm Devon.
I'm Dan.
And today we're talking about 2019.
Yeah, pretty much. I was trying to think, what are we talking about? Oh yeah. The year-end wrap-up show.
Yeah. Did you have anything you liked this week? Or should we just get right into the meat of the...
Well, yeah, because I was going to say, I saw Rise of Skywalker and recorded about that. Mm-hmm. And I don't think so. Nothing jumps out
I've
to
been
me.
watching The Witcher.
Oh yeah, nice. I've been
on
meaning to
Netflix,
get that's the next thing on my list.
I'm about halfway through it.
Cool.
It's pretty good.
And I would say I did finish The Rise and Fall of Dodo, which I was going to probably mention because it was pretty good.
Cool.
It was a book.
Yeah, you were talking about it.
Yeah.
In person to me.
A little bit of both. Yeah.
Yeah. What else did I? Anything else? What have I seen?
I don't know. But The Witcher, like I said, we've been excited to watch.
I like The Witcher because it looks like they got a multi-pack of contacts and handed out a pair to each character.
Well, that is the Witcher universe. So.
I don't know. I'm completely unfamiliar with it.
Oh, that's cool. But then, so someone who's totally unfamiliar, you're still enjoying the show.
Yes, I did get a little bit of backstory before it started.
Oh, okay.
Which was like a sentence there's witchers and they make money killing things.
Sure.
Yeah, and I was like, all right.
Cool.
I know some people have complained because the timeline's a little jumpy, but to me it's been making sense the whole time.
Right.
I also finished watching Broadchurch, which was really good.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, I recommend it. David Tennant is good.
Cool.
And Olivia Colman is great.
Nice.
Yeah, she just yells at people.
Yeah, you gotta have skills to be yelling at people.
Yeah, she's really good at yelling at people.
Nice.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I guess. Get right into it.
Should we start with movies?
I think so as well. It's kind of what we talk about a lot of.
That's the only thing I have notes on. I just want to make editing hard for you.
Yeah, no doubt. Thanks. So my list is chronological, which I usually do, just because I do keep track.
Mine is chronological too, because
Nice.
I found a list of movies in 2019 and I went through and wrote down which ones I watched.
Yeah, I usually do that as well.
Yeah.
But I started off, I saw Replicas, which I spoke briefly about. It was Keanu Reeves, and it was, apparently I looked into it a little bit more. It was it was held on a shelf for a year or two before it was
Wait, this came out this year?
Well, 2019, yeah.
Oh.
It was right at the beginning of the year. It was in, as it's lovingly coined by Red Letter Media, fuck you, it's January.
Yeah, fair.
Right? So they were just here's this movie. It was alright. Like I said, it could have been just a sci-fi Outer Limits kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because that's what it was. But we moved into Battle Angel Alita.
Alita Battle
Angel. I butchered that name several times.
Yeah, you did. I hated that movie. Everyone else liked it.
Yeah.
We did do a whole podcast on it.
We did.
So we won't get too into it, but I still hate it. I stand by my
Hatred.
hatred.
You haven't warmed up to it?
Even though everybody else likes it.
I think I was mediocre about the movie, and I still feel the same. I think, and this will be a running theme, half of it was good, the other half should have been rewritten.
I disagree. None of it was
None
good.
of it was good?
I don't...
Fair enough.
There was nothing I liked about that movie.
Yeah, that's fair.
I guess Jennifer Connelly looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's my glowing review of
There we
Alita
go.
Battle Angel.
Yeah.
She's fucking... Oh... Wait, we swear sometimes.
We do. I do
don't
mark
know
this
why,
as
but
explicit.
yeah.
So I just try to keep it down on the swear.
Anytime in movies where they want to represent an emotion by having them do something kind of literal, like ripping your heart out and giving it to somebody.
Yeah.
I just it's cringy.
Well, and I think we spoke a bit about that. That's straight from the manga, but it's more earned. And it's over a whole arc of a story and stuff like that, right? So
I don't know. I didn't like it.
Yeah, okay.
It's no good for me.
No good for Devon. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I think next one was Captain Marvel.
Yeah. Also saw Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
We didn't do an episode on it though.
No.
Yeah, I was lukewarm.
Yeah, and before recording, we were talking a bit about it. I enjoyed it, but it was also, I feel like it was an origin story in a time when we're done with origin stories as audiences. Comic book movie watchers understand origins now. If you just plot the character in, we get it. They're a superhero. They're doing superhero things.
Yeah.
You'd give us a small flashback.
And then...
Cool.
I also felt like Brie Larson played it very cocky.
Yeah.
But we were talking about before, she did film Endgame before that, so she knew her character was badass, and maybe that's why she made that choice. But I don't know, it kind of got irritating sometimes. It'd be cool if Marvel had like an LGBTQ character and Captain Marvel in her origin story. That would have been a cool place to put that. I might have warmed up to it a bit more.
There is one coming.
Oh, really?
They've announced, and I think they're shooting something.
What's the character?
I don't know, but it might be Ms. Marvel.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, it's 2019 when this came out. Like, we can handle it. We can handle a gay.
No, I know. And again, this goes back to some Red Letter Media stuff they were talking about. Disney they called it passive progressive, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah, that's kind of accurate.
Yeah, because they don't want to take too many risks, alienate audiences. They want to make money, but it's like you say, people are like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah,
right?
like it would just be cool to have some different representation.
Sure.
Also, in Captain Marvel, one of the things that stuck out as my least favorite scene is when she's fighting and I'm Just a Girl by No Doubt is playing. Because I feel like sometimes movies put in catchy songs for fight scenes so that it makes a good YouTube clip, which we talked about a lot during Hellboy.
Well, and we did talk about that Captain Marvel moment, and like I said, usually in movies I'll give them one. Yeah. Because it energizes the scene, it gives it a cool tone. But it's like if it's used again and again, then I'm like, okay, you did that shtick.
It's a trope I'm tired of.
Sure. Well, and Suicide Squad ruined it for pretty badly.
Actually, and also I felt like Umbrella Academy misused it too.
Maybe that's also because
But I still liked it.
No, but I was also say like you watched it all in a row. Like if it was.
Yeah, but everybody binges Netflix.
Sure. Yeah.
So.
But but I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying.
I feel like they structure TV shows to make you binge it, so they should expect you to watch more than one episode at a time.
Right.
So don't use the same thing over and over again.
Use the same tech over, Yeah,
every day.
Yeah. I didn't see this one in theater, but I just recently caught it, but it did come out next was Shazam. Did you see Shazam?
I didn't see it. I heard really good things about it.
Mm-hmm. So again, it was like an origin story kind of thing, but it was interesting because the kid, he acts like a kid. So it was kind of fun in that, like,
like a big type situation.
Yeah, a big type situation. He gets his powers. He goes try to buy beer, and he's getting money from an ATM, and he's just doing weird and random kid stuff, right?
That's kind of cool.
The plot catches back up with him, right?
Did he have to save the world from a big blue beam in the sky?
No, but he did fight the 7 deadly sins. Him and his adopted family, they fight them together. It was kind of fun. So, cool. I had more fun with it than I thought I was going to.
Nice.
But then it very much felt like a Deadpool clone in many ways because it's like playing with the genre and comedy, and the end credits are all hand-drawn animation kind of thing. And I was like, okay, well, they're trying.
Was it rated R, though?
I don't know.
Huh.
Probably not. Because there was no...
Were there women that enjoyed sex in it? Because then it was probably rated R.
No, I don't think so. Because there was, I don't think, any sex scenes. Oh,
America's. Oh no, the fridge.
Yeah.
Sorry. Restart from the beginning.
No, not needed. But yes. So anyway, that was Shazam.
Dan's fridge is powered by a helicopter.
Gotta keep that stuff cold.
Okay, next. Hellboy? Hellboy came out before.
Oh yeah, you're right. I skipped Hellboy. I skipped it in my brain.
It's very skippable.
Yeah. It was indeed Hellboy, which we saw for the show.
Yeah. So there's an episode on it if you want to hear our full thoughts on it, but neither of us enjoyed it and it was bad.
Yeah. Again, there was some good ideas and some mostly terrible ideas and bad editing.
I remember there was tonal problems.
Yes.
I went to the bathroom and I missed a huge piece of the movie.
Yes.
In that 30 seconds I was gone. Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't... It wasn't very memorable because I don't really remember the plot.
Yeah.
I think... Who does he... Oh, right. Mila Djokovic is the bad guy.
Yes.
For being herself, I assume.
Sure. Well, and I wonder, like, thinking back on it, it's like Hellboy, it's popular, but it's not general audience popular, I don't think, right?
I agree.
Like, the comics sell well, but it's, I don't think it's average person fare. Plus, it was like a rated R thing because they wanted to get that gore stuff in there. So.
And then it just wasn't good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But then we got to Endgame.
Endgame was great.
Endgame was great.
Did we do a full episode on that?
We did.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because we did one on Infinity War and stuff, right?
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah.
And it's a Marvel movie.
We talk a lot about them.
Yeah. I liked Endgame.
Yeah, and like I said previously about it, it's amazing that it wasn't just a total cluster screw and it made sense.
They handled it really, really well.
Yeah.
I think I saw it twice in theaters.
I saw it once in theater, and I literally just watched it again 2 days ago.
On Disney Plus?
Yes.
Do you find Disney Plus buffers a lot? We already talked about this off air, didn't we?
I don't.
Off air.
I don't find I get a buffering issue, but it has crashed on me occasionally.
Yeah, buffers on me all the time.
Yeah. But yeah, Endgame, good stuff.
It was great.
A huge send off to the fans of this 20 years of Marvel movies. Like, if you've been there, you'll get all the references, you'll enjoy it. The characters, it is all amazing.
Agreed.
Yeah. Not much more to say about that. Really.
Yeah. Endgame is good.
Mm-hmm.
Which brings us to Detective Pikachu, unless you had something in between.
No, that's what I got too.
I also enjoyed Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
I felt like that could have been a clusterfuck.
Yeah, sure.
And it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was, there was some warning bells when, like, the original designs came out, and there was, like, the lick-a-tongue that looked really gross. And I was like, oh.
But see, this is all stuff that I didn't, because I don't really look at that pre-production stuff, right?
Yeah.
Try to keep myself in the dark. I enjoyed it more than I thought as well, and I think, like we talked about in that episode we did about it, there was that big sequence with the huge overgrowth ones where I was like, this was kind of an unnecessary way to show that there's some big turtle monsters. Could have been handled a little better, but the effects were good, and Ryan Reynolds was good, and just...
The kid wasn't too annoying.
No.
The girl wasn't too annoying.
No, yeah.
Everybody was not too annoying.
Yeah, just the bad guy's plot didn't make a whole lot of sense.
It didn't make any sense whatsoever. But I enjoyed the movie enough that it didn't count against the movie.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah? And then what do you have next?
I got Spider-Man, Far From Home.
Oh, so I've got 2 movies in between there.
Oh, okay. What do you got?
First is Aladdin. Disney's live-action Aladdin.
Guy Ritchie's
Disney. Guy Ritchie. I don't... Okay, so it's not good. Because it's a Disney live-action remake. Will Smith tries... Like...
I heard his genie was better than people were anticipating from like the trailer clips. People were like, "Oh my god!"
Wasn't good.
Okay.
Because they stuck to the script and to things that the genie says in the animated version.
Really?
A lot, but like Will Smith's version of saying those lines, it would have been better if they rewrote the lines. Like, if you're gonna do a Robin Williams impression, just do that.
Sure.
Find someone that can do that really well and have them just imitate him.
Well, I would say, or apparently when Robin Williams did his genie,
it was like
there's like 16 hours of dialogue that he recorded. So it's like you could just get somebody to like record some of the new dialogue lines, but then keep all of his improv references.
Oh, totally.
And then just animate that.
Yeah.
And that would have been a cool nostalgia blast almost.
Oh yeah. So like, so if they wanted to be Robin Williams, be Robin Williams. If they wanted to be Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, be Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Go Big Will.
But you don't do Fresh Prince of Bel-Air imitating Robin Williams. And that's what they ended up with.
Okay.
Also, they added things to the story that was, like, weird. Like, the genie getting a love story.
Right, you were telling me about that, and I was like, that's...
Dumb. Jasmine having a song about how she's going to use her voice and finally speak up, which she sings in her head so no one else can hear it.
Really?
Yep.
Not even like an outside... singing sequence?
She does like a singing sequence, but it's all happening in her imagination.
Right, okay.
About speaking up. But she never, like, in the animated version, she never not spoke up.
Yeah.
She spoke up all the time.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, "You're a dumb woman." And she'd be like, "Fuck you," and storm off with her tiger.
Well, and apparently in the original animated version, she was supposed to break herself out of the sand hourglass that she was in, not Aladdin breaking her out. Yeah. Again, showing that she was more, like, empowered than
Hey,
but they just didn't have time to animate it, essentially.
She didn't break out of this hourglass either.
Oh, really? But she was stuck in an hourglass again?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, in a bubble or some shit, right? Something stupid.
But it's a missed opportunity that she could have broke out of it.
No, instead she sings a song in her head and then she yells at one of the guards being like, hey, you should be on our side, not this guy's side. And the guard's like, hey, I make minimum wage.
I'm just trying to not die.
I'm trying to, like, feed my family. Yeah, so overall, and then the other thing that was weird is that they wanted to have a Bollywood feel to it, but they only had, like, one Bollywood number.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which was, like, the Prince Ali number, and then
that's like... a good number for it.
Yeah, they kind of have a dance number where it's, like, Bollywood-ish.
Mm-hmm.
But it felt, like, out of place because they didn't lean into it.
Yeah, like, if you get a Bollywood director to come in then.
Exactly.
Disney hire Bollywood director and be like,
booyah. A Bollywood version of Aladdin, then yeah, totally hire a Bollywood director.
That would probably made so much money.
It would have been so great.
Yeah.
If you want a gritty, like, crime version of Aladdin, then you hire Guy Ritchie.
And you don't put in a genie, and then you get gritty Aladdin.
Yes!
Which actually sounds kind of cool.
Grit Aladdin.
Yeah.
Also,
real street urchin.
Some of the, like, the special effects didn't look very good. And
yeah, which is always so weird when, especially nowadays, like we talk about it a lot, that it's like, everything should look good.
And it didn't.
There's no reason to have it not, especially if you're Disney.
Yeah.
You have the resources of, like, the planet.
Yes. I watched, on New Year's Eve, I watched the old Jumanji. Like the
original?
95?
Yeah.
97? 95, I think.
Something like that, yeah. It's got some puppetry.
It's got some puppetry and some animatronics.
Yeah.
And, like, you can tell they're not real animals.
Sure.
But parts of it look really good, and they do look like real animals. Yeah. Like the up close of the lion doesn't look great. But and the monkeys look creepy.
Yes. And then that tentacle that grabs or the vine that grabs the car.
Oh yeah, no, that's great still.
Yeah, no, it's great, but like it's obviously not real. But,
yeah. But like when animals are stampeding, it looks pretty real, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think like if Jurassic Park still looks good, then,
looks amazing still.
Yeah, like come on guys, get with it.
Fair enough.
Anyway, so Aladdin. Mediocre to bad. It was bad.
Right.
And then I also saw MIB International starring Thor and the Valkyrie.
Yeah, and it's before you continue into this, I was actually kind of excited to hear about this because I really liked their chemistry in Thor Ragnarok. I was like, they're a perfect pairing. They're, sassy but, fun. And then I was like, that'll be a cool MIB movie. And I heard not, essentially. So
there's nothing specifically wrong with it. It, works as a movie.
It operates as film at 24 frames a second.
There is a story.
There's dialogue.
With a beginning, middle, and end.
Okay, yeah.
And I have nothing really specifically that's, like, a beef with it, except that it's just very tired now. And just nothing innovative, nothing cool, nothing new. It's just rehashing of I don't know, a story we've seen 10,000 times. Chris Hemsworth is fine in it. What's her name, the actress?
Tessa Thompson?
Tessa Thompson is fine in it.
Yeah, what's interesting, I haven't seen Men in Black 3, which I heard was actually really good.
Oh, I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
That was the one where...
He goes back in time,
Will Smith goes back in time, yeah.
And then there's Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
And I heard that one was really good. I haven't seen that one.
Josh Brolin is a babe.
I've seen 1 and 2. So it's kind of like... Again, it's just like a premise that, like, was this movie like a reboot or was it a continuation of the Men in Black mythos, as it were, or universe or something? It was a continuation,
and Tessa Thompson plays somebody who saw an alien when she was a kid and saw the Men in Black erase her parents' memory, but they didn't see her because she was upstairs in her room.
Right.
And so she becomes the best girl ever.
Sure.
And, joins the FBI and joins the CIA and is trying to join the MIB because she's a tryhard. And then... But we've seen in Men in Black 1 the tryhards don't do so well. Yeah, but she gets in there by just following somebody down and, wearing the uniform. Oh, yeah. And so she kind of gets in that way. And, yeah. I mean, it's not bad.
Right.
And then Chris Hemsworth kind of plays like a playboy, kind of does his own thing.
Sure. A loose cannon.
Yeah. But like the boss seems to like him, and they kind of end up partnered together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just wasn't.
Yeah, that's fair.
Didn't do it for me.
Well, and that it's
didn't rev my engine.
Sure, but it's like, I mean, obviously the Men in Black, I'm a fan of that kind of like premise where it's like there's like the hidden world, you know, like the, you know, like Neverwhere and that kind of stuff where it's like magic is there but we can't access it. The aliens are there but they're hidden from the people. But then you got this group, they gotta fight it. Cool.
You know how in like Men in Black 1, there's a fair amount of aliens, but like they don't. It's not every scene.
Sure.
MIB International is every scene.
Right, where you're like, is everyone on the planet an alien?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. That's fair.
It is alright.
Cool.
Yeah. Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah, Far From Home.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Did we do an episode on it?
I don't think we did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, it was weird just because, of course, it comes after Endgame. Yeah. So, you know, the world has changed, which they actually did really lean into.
They handled it really well.
And I was like, oh, that was actually well handled. I thought, you know, yeah, like, what are they going to do, right?
Yeah,
kind of thing. And I really liked Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, he was great as Mr.
Mysterio.
Yeah. I still really like Tom Holland as Spider-Man.
Me too, yeah.
And I like Mary Jane, Zendaya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole cast is really good, and I really liked, because I am a fan of the animated Spider-Man show. That was kind of like where my main Spider-Man viewing came from. And the Mysterio, we got, like, his tech was Mysterio tech. Like, it just messed with Spider-Man's brain in that one big scene where they're in that warehouse.
Yeah, it was great.
Picks him up as Nick Fury, and it's not even him, right, kind of thing. Although I was like, his spider sense, although they make a point of it that, you know, he's still not down with his spider sense, right? But that whole sequence where it's all an illusion and everything, that was a really good, and I really liked that. Even the end sequence where it was like, you know, big and bombastic, but it was supposed to be because it was all an illusion. Yeah. And so, you know, it still really worked, and I really enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was really well done.
I was kind of shocked at the post-credit sequence.
Yeah, I was a little confused with the post-credits. I'm like, was Nick Fury an alien the whole time?
Oh, yeah, no, I wasn't. I was talking about the one where they out his identity.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Which was, I couldn't believe J.K. Simmons back as J.J. Jones. Yes! Which I was like, yes, the best casting ever, he's back.
No one else could play him.
Yeah. But I was also like, what? They already know his identity? It's not even like a thing?
So we'll see where they go with that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was just, I guess he was the shapeshifter the whole time. Because after Captain Marvel, and of course, we've seen the Skrulls. So. Yeah. I was alright with it. I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
They're doing a thing.
Okay, what's next on your list?
I got Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Me too!
Yeah.
That was such a great movie. We have an episode on it if you want to listen to it.
Mm-hmm. It was top quality.
Yeah.
Better than even I was expecting, and I was sucked in the whole time.
Me too. It was impossible not to watch it. Yeah. Yeah. And everybody that I've talked to enjoyed it. Seen it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was good. It was really good. I could see it not appealing to everybody.
Of course.
But also everybody that I've talked to that's watched it liked it. Yeah. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is the universally loved movie of all time.
Well, or it's one of those things that, again, it's like, because, it's a Hollywood, that it's like if you were interested in movies and that kind of time.
Oh, for sure.
It totally plays into that all, right? So.
Yeah.
That was a good one. For me, my next movie was Ad Astra.
Oh, I think that came before my next movie, so I'll let you talk.
Sure, that was with Brad Pitt, and turns out Tommy Lee Jones, which I didn't know again, and it's just, all I knew was, I was like, oh, Brad Pitt goes on some kind of space adventure, and I was like, alright. And that's basically what it is. He just goes on a space adventure. Cool. But it was pretty cool. I really liked some of the near future tech. Not everything was all Star Trek, but it was not all like, now times it was a little ahead, but it was, that projection, and they're on the moon, and they go to Mars, and then he goes out to Jupiter and stuff, so it was good. It was just very claustrophobically shot, and it's a lot of close-ups of Brad Pitt and others, so it's like, if you're not willing to look at that, you'd be like, eh! But, no, it was good. I really enjoyed it. Just a simple story that they try not to do sometimes, or they utterly fail at doing, where it's just like, guy going out there, and he's coming back.
Nice.
That was the story, right? So, yeah, I enjoyed it. I would recommend.
Nice.
For me, next was Joker. But what do you got?
Oh, I got 2 before Joker.
Okay.
No. Yeah, 2 before Joker.
Okay.
If we're going chronologically.
Sure, let's do it while we're doing it.
First is... Oh, actually, no. Only one. Now that I'm thinking about it. First is Downton Abbey.
Right.
The movie. Which I saw with my mom, my grandma, and my aunt.
Nice.
If you enjoy the show, I guess you could watch it.
Yeah.
It's not good, but it does kind of give you a little bit more with the characters you know and love.
Right, but that's what going to be my question. Does it tie into the show, like, chronologically, or is it just like a side story almost?
Yeah, it occurs after the show.
Oh, okay. So the show over?
The show's over.
Oh, okay.
It's been over for a few years.
I don't know. I don't watch Downton Abbey.
So, like, Downton Abbey, especially in the earlier seasons, it jumps the decades sometimes, or like years, right?
Yes.
Because it starts off in 1912 when the Titanic goes down.
Right.
And it ends kind of in the mid-20s.
Okay.
So, I didn't know what to expect. Part of me was like, oh, I wonder if they're going to, like, jump forward to, like, World War II, which would be interesting, or talk about, like, the Depression, which would be interesting. But it kind of happens right after the show ends. And the plot is that royalty is coming to the manor for dinner or something, a weekend.
Sure. A visit.
And so it's like, oh, we have to make it so special for them and stuff. Like, I don't know. The shows are interesting and it hits on cool historical events.
Right.
And it kind of, like, talks about, you know, the class difference, especially at that time, and, like, the difference between men and women. And, like, it's an interesting show with complex...
Sure, but you can't do that in 2 hours, right?
Yeah, but, like, I would assume that most of the people going to see Downton Abbey the movie has watched the show.
They know what's up. Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's meant to appeal to a large audience. It probably got made for fairly cheap so that they can syndicate it on whatever channel shows Downton Abbey at 4 a.m. on a Thursday night. That was probably part of it, and then they knew that their fans would go see it.
Sure, of course. You got a built-in fan base.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my mom and Nana and my aunt enjoyed it.
No, there you go. Some people did then.
But I just seek more sophistication from my films.
From your Downton Abbey films? Yeah.
Just kidding. I don't know, it was alright.
Yeah, fair enough.
Joker.
Yeah, Joker. The Joaquin Phoenix Joker. And again, this was one of those things where I had zero interest in this movie. When they announced this movie, I was like, that is the dumbest idea ever. And so far, DC has not made a good movie ever. So since the Nolan era, let's say, that I was like, I don't care. I heard it, it came out, and then I heard people were like, oh, it's pretty good or whatever. And I was like, all right, I'll check this out. And it was really good. Far better than I was expecting. But then it's also, like I was talking to some people that I was like, do younger audiences or audiences maybe that are seeing this are they not aware of Taxi Driver? Because that's what this movie is.
Yeah, fair.
It's literally Taxi Driver, Joker. Or Joker, Taxi Driver.
Between Taxi Driver and Joker, which one's a better film?
Well, Taxi Driver.
Yeah. So this movie didn't need to be made.
No, it was really good still, and I really still enjoyed it because of that Joker-esque element. I had some problems with it, like I think I said when I talked about it briefly, that it was like, I didn't need to see Bruce Wayne's parents die again. Yeah. Seen that a billion times. We all know his parents die, right?
We know they're dead.
We know they're dead. Yeah, I didn't need to see that. And there was a couple other things I had some qualms with, but overall, it was actually far better than I thought it was going to be. Really enjoyed it.
Cool.
And from what I've heard anyway, it was like, that's it. It was just a standalone. He was like, I'm not doing it again or whatever. But who knows if they drive a dump truck of money to him, right? So,
yeah, that's fair.
I mean, but he is known to be pretty weird, so.
Yeah.
But his performance was really good, and yeah, everything about it.
Cool.
Said better than I expected.
My turn?
Sure. What do you got?
Jojo Rabbit.
Right.
The Taika Waititi film about a kid in Hitler Youth.
Yeah.
It was really, really good. I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
It is not as comedic as the trailer makes it look out to be, which I wasn't really expecting it to be anyways. But I do know some people were like
expecting more,
disappointed that it wasn't a wacky hijinks.
Right.
I cried during it, and I cried for like half an hour after it because it kind of stuck with me.
No, fair enough.
Yeah,
that's good.
It hit me.
Nice. He's doing some good work.
Holocaust stuff, I don't know why, but it really just breaks my heart. Well, I mean, it was terrible.
It was terrible.
Like I don't know why I'm particularly upset about it.
There's all sorts of reasons to be upset about it. So.
I mean, there are, but like I'm not connected to it, is what I should say, right? Like that's not my heritage or anything, but I don't know why it breaks my heart. So watching a movie about like
that kind of stuff,
that era,
fair enough.
But it was really, really good.
Yeah,
and I totally recommend watching it.
I've been meaning to try to check this out. I just haven't got around to it, and I've heard a lot of good stuff.
I think you'd like it.
Yeah.
Be prepared to sob your little heart out.
Yeah, maybe I should see it alone then. Yes.
Yeah.
My next one was The Lighthouse.
Oh, you did see that?
Yeah, I did. I went and saw it like opening weekend.
Tony has been talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
He really wants to see it because he heard there's a mermaid vagina. That's all I know about it.
He is correct. But that's not what the movie's about, of course.
What?
But
The Lighthouse, A Tale of Mermaid Vaginas.
Yeah, no, this guy who made this is the guy who made The Witch made this.
Oh, okay.
And so
is it a horror movie?
It technically isn't, but it is.
Okay.
Because it's about two guys stuck on an island with a lighthouse, and they descend into madness.
Right.
Essentially, right? And it's Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson. And
Willem Dafoe. Yeah. You can definitely see descending into madness.
Oh man, he is chewing the scenery. He's got these huge long monologues. They both do, but it's like an actor's movie where it's like, they're acting, and it's just like hilarious. He goes on this huge monologue when Robert Pattinson won't say he likes his cooking, and he's all like, "Damn ye to the depths of hell, Winslow!" And then afterwards he's like, "All right, I like your cooking." Right? And it's like 5 minutes long of just close up. It's shot with old school lenses, and it's like square, black and white.
Oh, cool.
And it's just like, it was really good, very enjoyable, but it was not as. I was expecting a little more like horror or what have you, but I think it's because I'm a fan of.
You were expecting more mermaid vagina.
More mermaid vagina. No, I think it's because I'm a big fan of like the Junji Ito stuff and like Cthulhu Mythos and The Witch, and this would really kind of like play into that where, but it's mostly about just them going mad. So.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good.
I think I got the next one.
What do you know?
Frozen 2.
Oh no, I think I got Dr. Sleep.
Oh, yeah, they did come out first. Okay, you're right. You go first.
No,
you have an entire podcast about it.
I did record and release something about it. Just, like I said, some thoughts at the time. But, upon further reflection, I think most of what I said there kind of still holds up. I enjoyed it. It wasn't amazing. And...
there weren't enough vampires. No, there's too many vampires.
No, the amount of vampires is fine.
There was no girls on bikes.
Yeah, there was no twins saying "come play with us."
No blood elevators.
Yeah, definitely no blood elevator. No, it was good. It was definitely better than I was expecting, but it was also not as good as I was hoping. Almost in a sense, if that makes any kind of sense, right?
Yeah.
Because there was just some stuff that was rushed, and then again, because I think he tried to make it. Tie into The Shining, and then work with this new book. But of course, in the book The Shining, which I read, the Overlook Hotel burns down. In the movie, they go back to the Overlook. So it was like, he was just trying to reconcile a few different things at the same time. So, but it was made by one dude, and he just did his thing. So unfortunately, I heard it did not do well box office wise.
Yeah, I can see that.
And it didn't do well. I think maybe because again, it's like a rated R thing, and it's like, who is your audience in this? It came out in November.
Yeah.
Should have came out in like in October, September.
Yeah.
Near the spooky times.
Yeah, it's a spooky time movie.
Yes, and so maybe they would have got some more people in that way. I don't know, because I think reviews on this were pretty mediocre. So.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But question though.
Yeah.
Do you think the blood elevator is why there was vampires?
No, the blood elevator is unrelated. They're not vampires. They eat life essence, not blood.
They're energy vampires.
Yeah, sure.
Like Sharon from The Office. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, yes.
Frozen 2!
Frozen 2.
was great.
Letting It Go More? Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Let go some more. Let go of more things.
Yeah.
Frozen 2 was good. Apparently it's done better in the box office than Frozen 1.
I looked earlier today and it's made $1.2 billion in box office.
Yeah, I believe that.
And it's been out since mid-November.
Yeah. It is an enjoyable film with a beginning, middle, and end. It's a little bit bloated compared to Frozen.
Oh, yeah?
So I feel like it could have benefited from being 20 minutes longer.
Oh, really?
Like, if they had made it a little longer.
How long was it already?
I think it was like a standard Disney hour and a half.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, like, it wasn't already 2 hours is what I was saying.
No.
Oh, okay. So it's could have been like an hour 45. Probably would have been like...
Yeah, if they had made it like a bit longer, then... because you're just hit with like thing after thing after thing after thing, right?
Right.
And like if they had let some stuff breathe a little bit more, I think it could have flowed a bit better.
Sorry. You're saying word for word what I was saying about Rise of Skywalker.
Yes.
Like literally word for word.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did feel like, it could have been, I benefited from being a little longer.
Yeah.
It does get very dark.
Really?
Character dies.
Really?
No spoilers on who. Apparently, that character was supposed to stay dead, but they come back alive because it's a Disney movie.
Oh, wow.
There's a part where Anna, because Elsa is like...
Elsa's the Snow Queen, right?
Snow Queen,
right.
Anna's her sister.
Her sister, yeah. She's Autumn, the other one's Winter, right?
No, she's just a girl.
She doesn't have autumn powers?
She has no powers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But there's like a moment in the movie where she sings a song where she's basically like, well, if I'm not doing it for someone else, what's the point of doing stuff?
Interesting.
Yeah, where she's just like, it gets dark, where she's like questioning, like if she should go on.
Yeah. Well, today's youth, they got some big issues to face.
Oh yeah, one of the first songs in the movie is like the snowman has an existential crisis about getting older and like how things always change and nothing stays the same.
Well, I mean, maybe they're trying to evolve with their audience because Frozen 1 came out, 5 years ago?
Yeah, I think it's 2014.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
So, their audience is a little older now. Harry Potter, they grew up with them. So
I don't know what they were doing, but it worked. They made a buttload of money.
Yes, they have.
There's a lot of catchy songs in it. I don't know, overall it was good.
Nice.
But it also was dark. It was much darker than Frozen. Frozen is technically a better movie because it's a little bit more contained, like the story.
Well, are they going to make a Frozen 3? Do you think? Like, is there a story room for that? Or was it just like, we're just doing this? Didn't
feel like there was story room for Frozen 2.
But they did it anyways.
Okay. They could probably make... Because, can I spoil Frozen?
Yeah, yeah.
So, Elsa,
yeah.
It turns out, doesn't just have magical powers. She's like one of the elements.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's Winter, and isn't her sister Autumn?
No. Elsa,
eventually, she's Autumn.
Anna's nothing.
she's Spring?
She's Queen of Arendelle.
Okay.
No, but there's like there's Earth, Wind, Water, Fire.
And they're going that way, not seasons.
Yeah. That's right. She's one of the elements. That's what I said. And Elsa is the one that brings them together as Frozen.
Oh.
Yeah, so she leaves the kingdom and her title as queen.
Right.
To go run around with the elements beyond the...
beyond the veil or whatever.
Beyond the veil.
All right.
Beyond the wall.
Beyond the wall, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. It's interesting.
All right.
Yeah. And I don't know. Everybody's like, oh, it's clearly she's a lesbian because she kind of has a scene where she befriends a girl. Mm-hmm. Which I didn't get that. I think if Elsa's anything, she's asexual.
Right.
Because she's an element.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So.
That's good stuff. Yeah.
I don't know. I enjoyed it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Knives Out.
Knives Out.
Yeah, Knives Out, which we did an episode on.
I liked it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it as well.
I thought it was really good.
Yeah. Cool. Classic whodunit.
Restored my faith in Rian Johnson.
Sure, yeah. Clearly the guy can make a good movie.
Yeah, he just hates Star Wars.
Yeah. Yeah, we did a whole episode on it.
Yeah, go check it out.
It was very enjoyable and lots of good performances. And maybe a little predictable in some areas, but overall still really good.
Yeah. Do you have anything else on your list?
Just the Skywalker, Rise of Skywalker.
So you can go listen to Dan's podcast because I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I did record about it. Most of my thoughts are there, and it was all right.
It was so good that you just want to tell everyone
bursting
about it.
with joy to tell everyone about it.
Yes, you're like, Star Wars has been fixed. Are you sure you didn't go into cats by accident?
Yeah. It was really unconnected, and everyone looked like a cat.
Kind of looked like a cat. Its
Yeah.
face floats in front of the body.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, do you have a top 3?
Yeah, well, I don't think I have a top 3, but I definitely have a top, I think I definitely have the top 2. I think, for me, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was my number 1.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
And probably closely in second by Avengers Endgame.
So my number 1 was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
My second was Jojo Rabbit.
Oh, yeah.
My third was Endgame, and I would give honorable mention to Knives Out.
Yeah, I would probably say my third, out of my list that I've seen here, it would probably have to go to Joker, surprisingly.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Out of this list.
Do you have a bottom 3? Or 2? Or 1? Or 5?
No, but let's go with yours.
Everything else is in the bottom.
Everything else is in the bottom. No, but yeah, what do you got there? White House would be close on number 3.
So Hellboy
Right.
was one of the worst movies of 2019. Aladdin.
Really? Yeah.
And the number 1 bad movie of 2019 was Alita Battle Angel.
You definitely did not enjoy that movie.
I hated it.
Yeah.
It felt like a 6-hour movie, but it was only like an hour and a half.
No, it was still pretty long. It was like 2 hours long.
It felt like it was 6 hours.
Yeah.
Because it was all bad.
Yeah. Good times. Good times at the theater. Yeah.
TV. I didn't make a list, but you have one. I think
Yeah.
I watched mostly what you watched.
Yeah, we watched a lot of stuff for the show, of course. A series of unfortunate events was really great.
I would recommend that.
Highly recommended. It's on
Yeah.
Netflix. 3 seasons worth, right? So
4
seasons?
3?
I don't
3 or
know.
4?
I didn't mark down how many.
Who knows?
I think it was 3.
It's good though.
Yeah.
Watch it.
It was really good.
Really well cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Neil
Lots
Patrick
of-
Harris was great. And
Lots of
some
great
kids.
actors in it.
Yeah. And then we did one about Ultimate Beastmaster, which was a obstacle course show, which I enjoyed far more than I thought.
I thought we watched that a long time ago. I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good show, right?
It was.
It's fun to watch muscly people do athletic things.
Yeah. Well, the funniest is just when they just insta botch it.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, dude, what are you doing? And I know that happens on Ninja Warrior and other shows like that too, but it's you're athletic, you're dexterous, and then you're just insta down.
That's if in the first round you get all their backstory,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, oh, they're gonna botch this so bad.
Yeah. But it was good. It was a cool obstacle course, and
Mm-hmm.
And then I watched a couple animes that I have marked down here, like Code Geass and Baccano. Baccano was kind of interesting. It was about immortals and them living into the 1920s and then into the year 2000 essentially. But the show kind of takes place in the 1920s kind of gangsterish era, and people fighting each other. It was kind of weird, but it all kind of made sense in the end.
Yeah.
It was kind of just weirdly told, but.
I watched a couple animes this year too.
Oh yeah.
I watched Black Butler, which didn't come out this year, but I watched it finally.
Sure.
It was pretty good.
Well, and yeah, Baccano and Code Geass are old.
Oh, they're old?
Yeah.
Black Butler is about a kid who has a demon butler.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good. He sold his soul to demon butler to find out who his parents' killers were.
Oh.
Yeah. And I watched Maid Sama recently.
Right, you were talking about that previously.
It's about the president of the student council is secretly working in a maid cafe,
Yeah.
and the hottest boy in school starts going to her,
Yes.
seeing her. Yeah, it was alright. It wasn't the best anime I've ever seen, but
Sure.
I enjoyed it, and I watched it in a day because I think I was feeling sick.
Nice. Yeah, Umbrella Academy was something we
was
watched
great.
1 season worth, and I really much enjoyed that. Do you know, did they plan on making more or no?
Yeah, they're making a
they
second
are?
season.
Oh.
It might come out this year.
Oh.
They posed for a family picture for Christmas.
Ah.
Yeah.
Nice. Because I really enjoyed the first season.
Oh yeah, I watched the second season. My criticism of Umbrella Academy is just
Right, yeah.
Just what I was saying about the music
editing,
fight scenes. But that's like more like... That's just a problem I have with film and TV in general.
Yeah. It's not just specifically theirs. And we did Game of Thrones, Season 8.
Yeah, that was a pile of flaming garbage.
It definitely ditch dived a little there at the end, unfortunately.
It's just not good. And it hasn't been good since Season 5.
Yeah, 5 to 6. It's pretty arguable.
No, 6 is bad too.
Yeah, well.
I haven't liked it since she blew up the church. I just thought it was so stupid.
I think that was Season 6.
Yeah. Okay, Season 6, and it started getting bad. Just like, they just built up all these characters, and then they're like, never mind. Reset. Boom. Everybody else seems to like that part. They're like, oh, that's so Cersei. And I'm like, it's fucking stupid. Like, it's lazy writing saying, and then they all exploded.
Yeah, and they became a victim of their own success, and some of their own writer, or like some of the like Natalie Dormer wanted to like be written off and stuff like that, which was unfortunate because she was like a great character to be against really Cersei, and then it was like, so they unfortunately didn't do so well in the last couple seasons there, and it looked good though, and that's the problem. Like like it all looked great, and they're destroying this big city, and you're like, okay, but this is dumb. But anyway, and then we did American Gods 1 and 2, or at least I watched season 1 and 2. I think you had previously watched season 1.
Yeah.
And we did 2, and we talked about both for the show.
Yeah, so you can download that episode. But you shouldn't watch it, because it's bad.
And they are making season 3.
Yeah, but everybody's left.
I know, I can't believe it.
Everybody, what's his name?
I don't know.
Shoot, I had it on the... I keep wanting to call him Orlando Bloom. He plays,
The guy who plays Matt Sweeney?
No. Anansi.
Oh, Anansi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Orlando Jones.
Orlando Jones, thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah. Not Orlando Bloom.
Yeah. No, he was great.
He's great. He's gone.
Yes. Of course, they already lost Easter, and media was written into New Media.
Yeah, and New Media is gone.
Yeah.
Crispin Glover is gone.
Which is too bad, because he was really good as Mr. World.
Good, yeah. Apparently, they're going to have him in a flashback scene.
Sure.
In the first episode, and then he's out.
So, yeah, it's kind of weird, which is... We spoke about it. It was like, they wanted to just keep going, and it was like, no, just tell the story.
Orlando Jones said... I think he left because the new showrunner is racist, he said.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, taking a stand, I guess.
Yeah.
Next was Chernobyl, which was the 5-part HBO miniseries. Yes, I watched it. It was incredible. When at first I saw like a preview about it, and I was like, I don't know about that. And then I think I'd heard or saw something where Chernobyl's really good. And then I watched like episode 3, and I was like, oh man, this is really good. And I went back and and then watched.
Weren't you watching like Chernobyl and like watching like a Vietnam documentary and stuff at the same time?
That was last year.
Oh, okay. That was sad dad week.
Yeah, there was definitely some sad times there. But no, this 5-part miniseries was really great. It really gave you the information of actually what happened for the most part. Because then after watching this, I read a book called Midnight Chernobyl, which was... It was published really recently, and it was like, here's what happened.
Nice.
And so the show was actually pretty accurate on a lot of things. Of course, they could condense stuff and change things, and like one character is essentially representing a ton of characters because it's only 5 episodes, they can't really go too heavy into it. But highly recommend. I think it won a ton of Emmys, or at least was nominated for a bunch because it was really good.
See that, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pause you for 1 second to take a minute to talk about Drag Race.
Oh yes, sure.
So there was Drag Race season 11.
Right.
Drag Race All Stars 4.
And there was the British one you were watching as well.
There was first there's the Boulet Brothers Dragula.
Right.
And then the Drag Race UK.
Nice.
Lots of drag going on.
Sure.
This year. So Evie Oddly won season 11. There was a joint win between Trinity the Tech and Monet Exchange for All Stars. Mm-hmm. Dragula was won by Land Insider. Drag King.
All right.
Mm-hmm. And then Drag Race UK was won by the Vivian. They were all really entertaining seasons, and I would recommend watching any of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you get those mostly on that extra service you have, right?
Out TV.
Yeah, Out TV. Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
But All-Star Season 4 is available on Netflix Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Season 11 isn't yet.
So they eventually usually get to...
Yeah, they move over there, but they move over when the new season comes out.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. That's it. Sorry.
No, that's all right.
Just like, I should talk about Drag Race.
Sure, yeah. You do watch a lot of it, and you do enjoy it. Obviously, you watched 4 or 5. Was that you listed?
Yeah, they did 4 seasons. So this year, I think they're doing All Stars 5.
Right.
Drag Race season 12.
Wow.
Drag Race Canada.
Oh yeah.
They'll probably also do a Drag Race UK season 2. I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's also Drag Race Thailand, but I haven't watched it yet because I can't find it. It's not on Out TV.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe they're translation things.
There's some stuff on like YouTube, but it's not like full episodes, and they don't always have subtitles.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Because it's bootlegged.
Right. Well, I was to say our next one was Good Omens.
Yeah, that was great.
Was super great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not much else to say about that. We did a whole episode, 6 episodes of the show.
Another show that was supremely well casted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And unlike an American God situation, which I'm sure we mentioned in our episode, they stuck to the material. Yeah. And that was it. Like, I'm sure, of course, they had to rearrange events.
They added to it, added to the story.
Sure, or like it had to make sense.
Stuff out.
Yeah, to make it all sense. So it's good stuff.
Yeah.
And then we did Kakegurui.
Yeah, that was disappointed. Sorry. I was thinking about it the other day. Mm-hmm. And of course, we do have an episode on this if you would like to listen to that.
Yeah, watch the audio on YouTube.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. I think what we were missing... Because remember how we had an argument? We had a fight in season 1.
About who the main character was?
Yeah. And I think that's what made season 1 watchable.
Right.
And good, was that we had a character who was like a stand-in for the audience, who was kind of outside the world and could hold our hand and like ask the questions we would be asking.
Right. And
grew with the show. Whereas in season 2, none of the characters really have any growth.
No.
And what's his name?
The main guy?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Ronald.
Sure. All I remember is Yumeko, sorry.
Yeah. He isn't an outsider in this one. He's part of it, and he's not even in all the episodes.
And that's what I was saying. The games are all disconnected in this one.
So there's not that unifying character that has an arc in this one. So it's still hilarious. Sure. Because
it's ridiculous.
It's such a ridiculous show.
Yeah.
But it just, I don't know, it wasn't it had lightning in a bottle.
I think we both enjoyed season 1 more than season 2. So I watched season 1 of The Expanse and then half of season 2 of The Expanse.
Because it was so good that you don't want to waste it.
You know.
You want to savor it forever.
The problem is I really like everything about the show except for the main character, or the guy who's playing the main character. And then when they introduced the Martian Marine, I forget her name off the top of my head, sorry. I've read all the books, so this is the problem. The main character is supposed to be a likable goof, essentially. And this guy's playing him as like gruff, like, I'm awesome, and like, it's like, no, it's not.
So it should have been like Chris Pratt.
Yeah, he's more of a Chris Pratt type.
Yeah.
But he's still competent. Yeah. And in this, he's like competent, but then also like a jerk and an asshole. And I'm like, oh, you're just annoying. And he has like this gruff, grumbly voice. Like, he's almost trying to do the Christian Bale Batman. But not well. And then the Martian Marine, she's a great character, and so spoilers here, she fights a monster, everyone dies but her. Mm-hmm. And then the Martian government is all like, what the hell happened? And she's like, I saw a monster. And they're like, no, you didn't. You're a liar. And then she's like, no, I got proof. They find proof on her old battle armor. And so she knows there's a monster. And then she tells the Martian government that. And then she tells the UN government that. And then they like start to deal with it. Like, she deals with it. Whereas in the show, she's all like, and she does have PTSD. But in the show, she's all like immediately PTSD, and then they're all like denying the monster. No one's talking about it, and I was like,
oh,
this is a huge plot thing. Plus, they did some other plot stuff where I was like, what are you doing? So I don't know. I might go back to it because I heard it's really good, and like I said, everything about it. The
maybe it's only good if you haven't read the books.
Maybe, I don't know. Like the tech is all great. Thomas Jane's in the first season and a half.
Oh, nice.
And he's great. He's a charismatic actor, and I really like him. So anyway, that's my rant on that. Disenchantment 2, we did that.
Yeah, I preferred it over Disenchantment 1.
Yeah.
But you liked just the first season better.
I think I liked the first season a little more, but I still really enjoyed season 2.
Yeah. We have an episode on it if you'd like to listen to it.
Yeah.
The Hell episode is the best episode.
Yeah. Which was like episode 2.
Yeah.
It was.
But you should watch the whole season anyways.
Yeah, it was really good. BoJack season 6, part 1.
We haven't done an episode on this because I think I was working or sick or something.
Correct, but we're definitely going to plan on doing it when season 2 comes out.
Yeah.
Which I think is soon, like in a week or 2.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. I'll have to rewatch that again.
Yeah, I was going to rewatch it too. It was only
anything.
6 episodes or 8 episodes or something like that. I think it was 8.
Yeah. So we won't say too much about it.
Yeah. Then I watched Mr. Robot season 1.
I did not.
Yeah, it's... I've always heard it's really good. It was really good. It just went in different ways than I was expecting. Leave it at that for now.
All right.
So
I
not
watched
too many.
some reality shows.
I was going to say, I only got a couple more that I don't want to bore everybody to death
Okay,
with.
I'm going to jump in then.
You?
I watched Glow Up on Netflix, which is a makeup show.
Right. Yeah.
It was really good. Entertaining, worth watching. I also watched Nailed It, Holiday Edition, and probably, I don't know if the 3rd season came out this year or not, but it's very funny, and Nicole Byers is an excellent host.
Yeah, I remember you talking about it.
Yeah.
So.
She just tells people that they did bad, and I appreciate that. She's like, this tastes awful, and I don't want to eat it.
That's okay, fair enough, yeah.
So was Sugar Rush. I watch a lot of cooking shows.
Right.
Which is like, so it's 3 rounds, 4 teams.
Right.
The team gets eliminated each round.
Makes sense.
But the twist is that the first 2 rounds, they have 3 hours. And they can use up that 3 hours however they want. Mm-hmm. And if any time rolls, like if they have any time left, it can roll over to the cake round. Where they have to make like a crazy, crazy cake. Because they have 3 hours, like as the minimum that they'll have.
Yeah.
But they could, like, if they roll over an hour, then they have 4 hours.
Right.
It's good.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a good twist.
Yeah, it's a good twist. It's a good show.
Cool.
The host is annoying, but that's okay.
And these were all on Netflix?
Netflix.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, I only got a couple more things
What
here.
else do you have?
I got The Wire, season 1 and 2, finally getting to that show, focusing in, trying to get on it. And it's funny watching this show because this is an older HBO show, of course.
Yeah.
And it is very dated. You know, they got payphones that they're using in pagers and etc.
Nice.
The tech is dated, but the story's still really good. But I feel like I think there's 12 episodes per season, maybe 13. But it was made in a different era where, again, like, it could have been pared down and it would have been better.
Right.
You know? But that was TV back then, you know, more procedural. Like, because there's all sorts of, like, character stuff about, like, oh, this guy with his family and his ex-wife. And it's like, yeah, we could get that in, like, 1 episode and then we never see it again. But they keep on revisiting it, like, constantly. It's like...
I'm aware. I've seen all the seasons of Xena Warrior Princess.
Exactly. Right. So, but it's still really good. So season 1 and 2, I'm finished on that and ready to go on for more. And I think that's what it is as well, because a lot of people didn't like season 2. I did enjoy it because they changed the location and stuff like that. But it's also because I know there's more. So I think at the time, people didn't know that there was going to be a season 3, a season 4, and a season 5 to continue on. And it was like, that was it? Come on!
Yeah.
So anyway, I know that there's more. The Watchmen was next. So these last few...
I watched 1 episode of The Watchmen.
These last few I did a small episode about.
And we might do a bigger episode about. Who knows?
Yeah. Who knows?
Who knows?
But it was really good. 9 episodes. I was supremely...
I enjoyed the middle episode.
The middle episode you saw? Episode like 6 or 7? Yeah. It impressed me far more than I thought I was going to enjoy it. So highly recommend checking that out. The next was His Dark Materials, which again was just HBO.
Did not watch it.
Just finished up, and that was also really good, based off of the Philip Pullman books, His Dark Materials, and...
Those books were good.
They are really good, and I plan on rereading them now, because got to get back on it. But yeah, good cast, good stuff. BBC, involved again. And apparently, I was unaware of this. BBC funded this first season essentially on their own.
Oh.
And then partnered with HBO now because HBO is involved. So there's talk, kind of like with Amazon with Good Omens, that it's like maybe they could beef up the budget a little bit, get some more tech. And
nice.
Because they already had to film season 2. Because the girl, Daphne Keane, she's a young woman approaching puberty, and her character is a young girl.
Yeah, good point.
So they've already filmed season 2.
Nice.
They're going to continue on, so happy about that. And then the last one, Mandalorian, Disney Plus's big thing.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, no, it was good. I enjoyed it. I think, I spoke briefly on our last episode that it was...
There's Star Wars.
It's episodic, and
it's
it was
good
just
Star Wars.
Yeah, it was just simple. It's just...
It had a baby Yoda.
It had the baby Yoda. It's just a guy going on some space adventures, right?
That's cool.
It was good stuff. So, interested to... At the time when I recorded my blurb about it, I didn't know... They've announced they're doing another season.
Okay, cool.
And I don't know if you know, Taika Waititi directed the final episode of The Mandalorian.
I know he was involved in it in some way.
But it was funny because I was watching it, and, well, I don't want to spoil it, but there was just a couple moments, now that I think back, or, at the time, I was like, was I supposed to care about that? And I was like, I guess, whatever. But it was like, my main problem with it, the whole thing, essentially, was that all the episodes were 40 to 48 minutes long. They're just ready to go on syndication on TV channels they own.
I see what you mean.
Or to sell it to other people. Because normally streaming services, their shows
are
about an hour long.
Yeah.
Because they're an hour long.
The Witcher is it depends on the episode, but some are an hour 5, some are 48.
Yeah. So anyway, that was kind of something where I was like, oh, Disney, always with the business practices in the end. But anyway, it was good stuff.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. And that was some of the TV that I watched all year. Yeah.
That was
some 2019.
Good 2019.
Yeah, so full disclosure, like I was saying, I've kind of created this rotational, I have to get on TV because we obviously
a spreadsheet.
Yeah, because we watch things for the show, and then I drop shows because I'm like, oh man, I got to get back into that.
You don't just binge watch stuff over 2 days?
Unfortunately, because I play video games and I do other hobby things like that, where that interrupts TV watching time.
That's fair. That's how I watch things.
Yeah.
Binging it.
Sure, and that's if I have some time, I definitely get some binging in, but sometimes I don't. Especially in the summer when I'm climbing all the time.
I'm really excited to watch that new crime show on Netflix that has David Tennant as a serial killer.
I do not know this.
I want to watch it. I think it's called Criminal.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I know you have your books.
Well, I didn't want to talk about every book, but I can just highlight a couple then.
Or we could talk about what we're looking forward to in 2020.
Sure. I mean, I have a list back here of movies that are coming out in 2020, and I just thought I would make a list of that. Well, let me. I mean, I've mentioned books a lot, of course, over
Nobody
the show.
reads anymore, Dan.
Well, some people do.
Reading is so 2018.
We're in 2020 now. Well, I did read all The Expanse, which was very good. There was this sci-fi series I found called Old Man's War. There's 6 of them. I've read 2. Also interesting. It's this big space opera. That Midnight in Chernobyl book was really good. Info about Chernobyl. And I mentioned the Red Sparrow trilogy there. Those were really good as well.
Cool.
Yeah. Apparently, not to be all, but I read 40-something books. I got them all down here mostly. So,
that's it?
Yeah.
Slack.
I know. I'm pretty much slacking off a lot. And I read a lot of comics, graphic novels in there as well. So.
I was kidding. You're not a slacker.
Well, a couple standouts because I mentioned them before. Superman Red Sun was really good. All-Star Superman. RoboCop vs. Terminator was far better than I was expecting. I read the Umbrella Academy stuff. That was all really weird. It was amazing that they distilled it into a show, such a different show, and it worked.
That was the My Chemical Romance guy who wrote that.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, we talked about that. And then there was some Vader stuff. Ninth Assassin, Ghost Prison, and Lost Command. They were pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't do a lot of reading this year, but I listened to a lot of podcasts.
Sure, yeah, because you've talked about a few, right? So.
Yeah, I can't remember all the ones that I've talked about.
I was going to write some podcasts down, but I was like, no, that's whatever.
I've talked about them on the show as we go along.
Yeah.
I went through a big phase of fictional podcasts, which were really cool. So if anybody listening could recommend one that I haven't mentioned on the show.
Sure. Drop us a line.
Drop us a line, because I would love to. I like that. I like it.
Yeah, it's hard. It's
like if
there's
you
just
know,
so much out there that it's hard. So it's like you want that recommendation because you're like, at least someone listened to it and they enjoyed it.
If you can recommend something that's like the black tapes but good, I would appreciate that. I also like a lot of true crime, so I listen to a lot of true crime and like mini, like one that stood out for me was like the John Ronson ones that he did, The Butterfly Effect, which is about free porn's effect on the porn industry, and then the spin-off of that, which is something Last Days of August, which is about the porn star killers. Also very good. I'm really into You're Wrong About, which I've spoken about.
I actually just listened to the first episode of that today, the Satanic Panic one.
It's good, hey?
It was good. It was different than I was expecting.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to go into some other areas, but they didn't. So I don't know. I'll have to give it a couple more listens.
There's some good episodes in there. Like, some of the best episodes are ones that, like, from the title, you wouldn't necessarily click on.
Right.
But, like, they're really interesting.
Cool.
Like, the one about Nicole Smith.
Oh, really?
What's her name?
Anna Nicole Smith?
Yeah, Anna Nicole Smith was interesting.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of, like, the Do Go On podcast I listened to, which I've been going through their catalog from the beginning, but it's, like, trivia guys and comedians. There's three of them, and they do a report on, like, a real-world topic, but then they make jokes about it and stuff like that. So it's a little different kind of take, but they talk about, like, stuff I didn't think of. Like, the one about John Wilkes Booth was pretty interesting. And the guy who assassinated Lincoln, but it was, like, all the plot and everything. I was like, wow, I didn't know that information. So
they have a really interesting podcast. You're Wrong about sexual predators, which is a very without spoiling anything. It's a very uncomfortable but necessary kind of conversation that they have. Yeah,
we touch on it a bit on Hunting Warhead as well, right?
Oh yeah. Well, like in You're Wrong About, they're talking more about like how everybody is kind of in the same boat for being on the sex offenders registry. Right. And like it's kind of disproportionate punishment to some crimes.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you hear stories about it all the time, like where it's like kids sent a nude selfie to like the girlfriend and now they're both on sex offender list. And it's like, what?
The United States are broken.
Stuff like that,
But I did really like the Hunting Warhead was really good.
That was
that was a good recommendation. Okay.
So some 2020, I got just some movies here. I just went through a list of like, hey, what's coming out? And then just wrote some of my standouts. So there's others here on the list, or just things that maybe I'm not going to see, but it was just kind of like interesting, which I have one on here, which I think you'll like. But I'm really looking forward to see 1917, which is that World War I movie.
Oh, no, that's like garbage.
No, but I'm interested in that. Underwater seems like this weird underwater horror movie.
Oh, yeah, who's that starring? It's someone weird.
Kristen Stewart.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's someone weird.
Sure, that's fair. Then The Gentleman. I'm tertiarily interested just because it's that Guy Ritchie one with Hugh Grant doing the weird accent.
I know you don't watch trailers.
Yeah, so this is the only reason I'm still kind of interested in it.
But The Gentleman looks like a parody of a Guy Ritchie
film. Exactly.
It looks like what Saturday Night Live would do if they had to parody it.
But The Birds of Prey is coming out.
Yeah, I think I'll go see that.
Yeah, I really want to see it. I've actually started reading the Birds of Prey comic.
Oh, cool.
Because I have no idea. I was like, who's it even about? Yeah. Aside from Harley Quinn. But she's not even in the comic yet, so maybe she comes in later. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So
I don't have high hopes.
Really? Yeah.
That's because fair. I remember Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
But she's really good in it.
She is, yeah. So I don't know. I'm kind of looking forward to that. There's A Quiet Place 2, which I was like, huh.
Yeah, I just saw the trailer for that this morning. I don't understand why there's a sequel, but I didn't see the first one.
The first one made money.
Yeah, fair.
And I guess I assume because John Krasinski's character dies, from what I understand, because he's not in the second one. So but he still directs it because he directed it, right? So the Mulan is coming out.
I want to see it.
Yeah,
I think it looks interesting.
Mulan's the only one of the crop of their. Oh yeah, back to what you were saying, the live action things. I haven't seen any of them.
Okay.
Because I have zero interest in them.
It looks like
Mulan's the only one I have any interest in.
It looks like with Mulan, they have decided to tell the story again, but they're not doing a shot-for-shot remake of the animated movie.
And I think they're telling the real story more.
No,
the actual
because
story?
there's
No?
a witch that turns into a bird,
Oh, okay.
which isn't in the animated movie, but they've added to the live action.
Interesting. I don't know. I'm like half about it.
I can't
Right
wait
now.
to see it. I think it's gonna be fun.
Cool. Then I thought this movie was dead, or I don't know what's going on. So the New Mutants, which was which was the Fox one, and then it got like delayed or put in a bin, but now Disney owns them, and it's like, is this movie coming out? So it was on the list of releases. So did Disney reshoot stuff, or are they just releasing it?
Wait, isn't Arya in that?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And it was supposed to be more of a horror movie.
Yeah.
So
Who knows?
I don't know if this movie is actually coming out or is real, but it was on this list.
Interesting.
So I'm interested. No Time to Die, the next Bond. You're not a Bond fan, but
Stupid.
I am, so I'm in.
Is Clive Anderson? Nope.
Daniel Craig is still...
Yeah, that's the name I was looking for.
He is still James Bond for this one, yes.
Oh. I don't care.
Okay. Well, Black Widow is next.
If Tom Hiddleston becomes James Bond, I'll start watching
No,
it.
he's got that Loki show coming up, so...
Yeah, but when do you think he'd make an excellent James Bond?
I don't know. I don't see it.
What?
No.
He's British and he looks good in a tuxedo. What more do you want?
Yeah, I don't see it as much.
Okay.
I don't know.
I think he'd make an excellent James Bond.
Alright, fair enough. Well, Black Widow was next on the list.
Yeah.
Which...
Is a movie.
I am shocked it's coming out that quickly.
Yep.
But also, as I've said many times, they should have made that movie 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
I've always liked her as Black Widow, and I was like, where's the Black Widow solo movie?
So I've watched the trailer.
Yeah, I haven't. So.
I think cool, but also, they think they forgot to make it fun.
Yeah, but that could be okay. I would be totally 100% fine with spy movie that's 100% serious with Black Widow.
Yeah.
Because that's the character she is. And it's like, outside of her with the Avengers, she's doing some shady stuff. So.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Wonder Woman 1984.
That I'm looking forward to. That's going to be awesome.
I do really like the poster. I think I've mentioned it many times. It's all Technicolor and everything, and I love that poster.
The trailer doesn't give me much hope. But
it's the same crew who did the same director?
So I'm going to just have faith that it's a bad trailer.
Yeah, probably. Oh, man. Yeah. Trailers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Candyman, which is interesting.
What's that?
That's that old horror movie with the Candyman who is sitting in the mirror. Apparently there's a remake coming out. So
why?
Because they haven't done one in a while. It's a horror property people know.
That
Candyman with the hook. And he hooks ya. It's got Rachel Madsen. Rachel Madsen?
Yeah. Who?
Anyway.
Okay.
So there was that Free Guy, which is that Ryan Reynolds movie.
Oh, yeah, I saw the trailer. I think it looks bad.
Yeah, and normally I don't watch trailers, and I saw the trailer for it. I did watch the trailer, and I was like, oh, it's kind of an interesting idea where it's like people are locked into these video game roles, and then he isn't. And I was like, I don't know.
I guess,
could just be some fun action.
I don't know. We'll watch it if we're going to do a podcast on it.
Yeah,
otherwise I don't know if
plan
I will.
on it. Yeah. Then there's the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, that looks interesting.
I haven't watched anything about this because I was like, maybe it'll be better if I don't watch anything about it.
The trailer frames it as not a Ghostbuster movie.
That's fine.
Yep. I actually thought the trailer was really well done.
Cool.
You don't even have any inclination that it's going to be a Ghostbuster movie until like 3/4 of the way through the trailer.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it seems like it's a young cast and.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting.
Paul Rudd in there and stuff like that.
Paul Rudd as himself.
As Paul Rudd, as always. There's that Nolan movie called like Tenet, I think it is called, or do they call it 1010? I don't know because the way it's spelled. It's the Christopher Nolan movie, sorry. And it's anyway.
Wait, is it animated?
No.
Okay.
It's live action.
About what?
It's like some kind of action movie.
Huh.
Chris Nolan doing some stuff.
I don't care.
All right. Then Bill and Ted is on there.
Yeah, looking forward to Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
I love me some Keanu Reeves.
I remember when they were talking about making this, I wasn't sure what year it was coming out. So apparently this year.
This year, yeah.
And then this made me laugh. Death on the Nile, Devon. Your favorite, Kenneth Branagh, is back as Poirot. So that's a sequel to Murder on the Orient Express.
No!
Yeah, so I guess it did well enough.
Fuck.
Which, I like Murder on the Nile, the original Poirot one. I've seen that like ages ago.
Yeah, but Kenneth just make every movie he does is like, look at how good of an actor I am.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's like, here is a vehicle to tell you how awesome I am.
Well, he's doing another one. That just made me laugh when I saw that. But then next on the list was The Witches, which I didn't realize they were doing a remake of. It's the Roald Dahl, The Witches.
No, you take that back.
It's coming out. Clicked. It's got an IMDb page. Anne Hathaway's in it, and a bunch of other people. Yeah. So.
But why would you remake it when the original is so good? Like Angelica Houston.
Yeah.
Is amazing.
I don't know. Maybe they're gonna tell it less from the kid's perspective or something. less voiceover from the kid.
I feel like Anne Hathaway's become like a parody of herself.
Sure. Gotta pay them bills.
Yeah.
Then the Eternals was on the list.
What's that?
So that's a Marvel property.
Oh.
And it's basically their answer to like DC characters in that they're all insanely powerful.
Nice.
Like the guy who can run fast, like a la Flash, he can run near the speed of light, kind of thing, right? So they're all like the most powerful version of whatever power they do.
Oh, okay.
I have one set of it, and so I don't know if it's like continuing because it was written by Neil Gaiman.
Interesting.
Version of it I have. So,
I wonder if he'll be in part of the movie.
No, I was gonna say I don't know if his version is like the version essentially because he does write some stuff and then they're just like, oh, that's a cool one shot.
Yeah.
And then they move on. So.
Like the 1612 or
yeah,
whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right, which I'm a big fan of. Then Godzilla v Kong versus Kong. No, you don't want to see Godzilla versus Kong?
Nope.
Oh, fair enough. And then the last, which you will definitely not, is Dune. The two-parter from Denis Villeneuve. I can't wait to see this movie.
Who is it by?
By Denis Villeneuve, the guy who did The Arrival, he did Blade Runner 2049.
Oh, yeah,
Sicario.
This is a Dan movie.
It's 100% a
Did
Dan
you
movie.
make a wish to a genie?
This is 100% a Dan movie.
Who's it starring? Is it
I don't know.
Thomas Jane?
I hope Tom Jane's in there somewhere. No, I think there's some lesser known actors and stuff like that that are being cast in this one. I haven't really looked into the cast as much, but yeah, that's all I know about it. And I am in.
You know what the most boring book of all time is?
Dune. War and Peace?
No. Dune.
Yeah. So anyway, that was the kind of list. I don't know if there was any that you had thought of or that knew about as well.
Don't remember.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I didn't look it up. I'm a bad podcast.
But there was a show that you were talking about that you were looking forward to, maybe?
That's already out, though.
Oh, it's already out.
It came out in 2019. But, like, at the end of 2019. Right. That's a David Tennant one called Criminal.
Oh, so it's already out?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I just want to watch it.
Oh, fair enough.
And I want to watch The Witcher.
Yeah.
And probably some Drag Race when it comes out.
Yeah, you were talking about that.
What else came out?
I don't know. I was trying to look up some TV lists, but it's very difficult.
If any Marvel shows start this year, I'll probably watch it.
Yeah, because they have Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
mm-hmm.
and then eventually... so I don't know the release times of that. There's that, and then there's the Loki show, and
mm-hmm.
there is...
I hope it's called the Loki show.
It's called the Loki show. I think it's just called Loki.
But the Loki show is a better title.
Loki show. And then there was one other one.
Yeah.
WandaVision, which I think is coming out at the end of this year. I think it's like Captain America or Falcon Winter Soldier is like middle of this year, and I think WandaVision comes out. They pushed it up to the end of this year.
So it's a show about Wanda and Vision?
I think so.
Or is that her name now? Because she married
Sure, because
WandaVision.
WandaVision, yeah. Well, there was a really great comic run of Vision that I've been meaning to try to get, where it was like Vision living with like a family, and it was like
weird.
Yeah, so Wanda wasn't in it, but it apparently was really good. It was all sorts of stuff about like AI and what does it mean to be human and all that kind of stuff like that. But Vision with like a family, apparently really good. So I don't know. I think that's it. I think Captain America. I mean, well, he is Captain America now. Falcon and Winter Soldier, and which I always thought he was going to give it to Bucky. Just seemed like a natural progression, because Bucky's been Captain America in comics anyway.
But so is the Falcon.
Yeah, but I think it was Bucky first.
Well, maybe.
Because like the Captain Falcon, not to belittle Falcon, he's not a genetically enhanced super soldier. Right?
Yeah, you're right.
So, Winter Soldier and Steve Rogers were.
That's a good point.
Anyway, but yeah, so I think there are some Marvel shows coming out on Disney Plus, was what I was saying.
Cool. I'll watch those.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, I should probably wrap it up. I think I've been talking too long.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, as usual.
If you want to follow us, you can. We're on all of the things. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Sometimes I post.
Nice.
Not all the time.
Yeah.
You can also check out our website, tomeofuselessness.com. Or you can email us, tomeofuselessness@gmail.com. Send in those podcast suggestions for Devon. And
of course, topics or questions. Or...
Yeah. We might ignore you if we don't want to do it.
Well, but we'll still acknowledge your email.
That's correct.
I will respond.
We will,
to their email.
Anything else?
Well,
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, yeah. Looking forward to a good 2020, and there's some good movies, some good shows coming out, as usual, and hopefully, thanks for listening, and the podcast continues on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye!